problem is that you do nothing to improve yourself. You don't read, don't write. Look at this guy. What am I supposed to do with you? But, this Lemming, you wanted to leave. He campaigned. He begged me. Please, so do it for Christ's sake. Now look what you made me do. Worst exec pastor I ever had. No vision. Useless. I'm surrounded by blood-sucking ticks. Lampreys leeching off me. Just like mama. Jesus Christ. Heard her once on the phone saying I was a terrible child, an awful girl. Oh, she was the most cursed mama in the world. Boo hoo 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 hoo. Then I create this megachurch empire out of nothing. Millions worship me, and what? She didn't come. Not once. Didn't call, didn't write, nothing. Scared, stupid pigeon pecking at her mites, jealous. And she did nothing to make herself better. Nothing. She's a useless flesh sack, a weakness, a walking carry-on, a slubber to gullion. Tell me, what was the point of her? What was the point of her? And I loved her, God help me, I loved her like I love you, Johnny, but you aren't my mama, are you? Unless you're a useless cement block with a pulse weighing me down. Is that what you are? Is that what you are? Or are you the executive pastor of Angels Abound Church? She's dead. Dead anyway. Gone. Who cares? She's dead. They're all dead. So what? God damn it. This is a monologue of a character named Enid that I wrote that I wanted to accomplish a very specific challenge for myself, which was to write a character on an extreme end of narcissistic personality disorder. So the situation and the setting of this megachurch is actually completely independent of the challenge of me as a writer and actor that I wanted to approach. I just like the poetic nature of this setting, of this type of person. I watched interviews of narcissists. I watched lots of videos about people with a narcissistic personality. I watched videos of people who have channels about recovering from being in relationships with narcissistic personalities. And I have certainly had my own life situations where I've had to be under somebody with some of these traits. Nothing to this extreme. But it is a situation where they can go from 0 to 60. They can turn like a dime, and you never quite know where you are. And they are completely unaware of how insane they can sound at times. I hate using that word, but that's sort of where I wanted to play this. And this is, of course, an artistic interpretation of a very real thing. I'm not a psychologist. I just found this an interesting challenge because there's a very specific way and pattern of talking, or at least setting people up, that I find interesting in these kinds of people. So in this situation, I imagine this is behind closed doors. For me, I imagined that we are having an employee meeting of the church, and the numbers aren't looking good. My executive pastor is supposed to be leading, supposed to be growing the numbers. We're supposed to be making a lot more money than we are, and instead we're losing money. And he's a train wreck, according to Enid, according to me, and he's starting to giving me reasons why things are not successful. And so this is the interruption. No, the problem is you. The problem is I've been saying you need to get better at being a person, and you haven't, so you suck, basically. But then it goes into sort of these very revealing moments about my childhood and maybe partially why I am the way I am. but certainly no excuse for talking to people like this. Something that I wanted to play with in this monologue as well is sort of these illogical leaps in logic, these illogical jumps into the story about my mom, and then tying that into, well, that's because my mom never even improved herself, and then revealing that everything that I built to try and win my mother's love, she didn't even come anyway because she's just too dumb, right? And then like tying that back to Johnny, who's the victim of my tirade this time, where everyone in this room has been a victim at some point. It was fun to play with these sort of jumps and this heightened language of words that people don't really use unless they're practiced and they think it's going to make them sound smarter and better than everybody. So it was a fun challenge. It was fun to write, and maybe I'll keep writing characters along this line. It's fun to play a villain. I wanted to do something totally off the wall and crazy for this, and I hope you enjoyed. If this monologue was for you, if it resonated, if you found it interesting, please give this video a like and then subscribe to the channel as we will continue to explore 1000 monologues together. Thank you so much.